Good morning, everybody. Today is May 12th, and it's 9:29 Pacific time. I'm done trading for the day. I am up $870 today across all my accounts. Pretty slow day for me today, but made about 22 before commissions on fully funded Apex accounts, and then about $200 on my evaluation accounts. I was trading a full contract there, so pretty good day. So we could just go into the charts right now, what I was seeing today. So here's how like my charts kind of look like now. I usually have this in a different screen, but lately I've been using it much more often to even visually show what I'm looking at. But we had the market. I usually start trading around 7 o'clock. So we kind of had this initial push down, which I couldn't find an opportunity to short like around these highs because there's nothing telling me to short here yet. So eventually I found the confirmation here. We had a push lower, bounced off here, and this bar was basically green. These are 20K bars, by the way. But the delta was still negative here. So I waited for this to break down a little bit, go up a little bit, and that's when I shorted. I did get out a little bit early on this trade because there on Nasdaq there was something like an area there that I thought might hold, which it kind of didn't, and I just kind of pushed through, and and then eventually just kind of bottomed out here. So I locked in a decent amount of profit there, then pushed even lower here. This push right here was definitely a good short, but what I didn't like here is if I'm shorting as it's breaking out here, my stop becomes about like almost like $8 in stop, which is a little bit too high for me. So I just didn't chase this. And then eventually I took a very small low risk here when it pushed lower here into this initial balance area. When it retraced back up, I just took a short kind of into this range right here, hoping that what these sellers are going to hold this price and then just going to continue lower. And it almost played out, but stopped me out for 5 ticks higher at the peak, and then it actually sold off here and then kind of toiled around here before picking up steam on the selling side right now, which I might still trade this from about 10 to 11 p.m. or a.m. Pacific time. So we'll see if I like something, but this is another example too, like where we had this kind of push up here, then it's sold off strongly, and we had 1,200 more sellers than buyers. But as this kind of dipped lower, for me, the risk would have been if I'm shorting at 41.30, my risk would be 41.37. Kind of, it's not huge, but it's not. It was just kind of weird, especially it's considering this was going into 9 o'clock. I didn't want to like get stuck in this trade where it's just gonna chop around and maybe even stop me out over time. So, but yeah, it looks like the market right now, like these areas, I'll create a more in-depth video on these initial balance extension lines that I use. So it looks like it's the initial, I could just do a quick summary. So initial balance extension line is taking the high and low of the first hour, and that's the initial balance. And then these extension lines are 50% move of this right here, the high and low. So it's like the half point. And then the next bar is the next section is the full range. So it's from here to here. This whole move is the same as from this low to this low. And it works wonders. Like for example, today he fell here, kind of held around, bounced up a little bit, and right now it just tested this almost to the tick here. Fell to 41.20 here, found some support. Now it's recovering. So it's a great area too. I don't like to necessarily trade into those areas. Like I'm not gonna try to pick the bottom here, and which you probably can. I like to, let's say if I was shorting when I was saying here, when I turned around, if I was shorting here, my target would have been like around here basically. So you are kind of locking in a little better profits than trying to trail stop this thing lower. So that's usually how I use it. So that kind of sums up the trading for ES. Nasdaq, MES, I basically did the same trades. I did short one MES here. I got out for 1 tick stop. For some reason, it just didn't look good, but that was actually a good call. Was a great pick up here, but then got out too early. Then eventually had to reshort lower, which is what I did on ES. Locked in some profits here, and then this is the little stop out that I had on ES as well. So similar picture, but didn't trade on Nasdaq today. Yesterday I didn't post a video, like a summary video. I did only one trade on my evaluation accounts. It was a good trade. I posted it as a reel. I shorted right here 4 contracts after this move up. Shorted here, locked in the profit at almost like close of day, like about like 15 minutes before it closed. Locked in the profit for like $1,100 here, and then it recovered. So that's why I didn't make a summary video for yesterday, because didn't really think it was covering too much information. So I do want to call out Apex Trader Funding is still having that 80% off. So you could use my coupon code below to get 80% off all of your accounts. That includes market data and a NinjaTrader license, which is awesome. So I personally don't use NinjaTrader, so I use Sierra Chart. And you could also have a link there below for a free trial. You could try it out. All of these indicators and setup that I have, they're all free and part of Sierra Chart. I don't pay for, that's one thing I don't like about NinjaTrader is for example, if I want some of these indicators, I would have to buy it from some developer, which is kind of, I don't really like that. So all of this is pretty set up for free. You could set up for free, which I'll be creating more videos on how to set up some of these charts. I know had a few people making those requests, but that kind of sums up what I wanted to cover today. If you found this video helpful, I would encourage you to subscribe. I trade the markets daily and been a profitable trader for a number of years now, with over 7.5 years of total trading experience. So I recently joined YouTube to share some of my knowledge. So feel free to subscribe, and would love to have you.